which Buxton is on pit lane right now, and he's saying he's the only one out on track. Great. So again, we have gone green flag. However, no one's coming out on track. It is cold. It is wet. I don't know. It's one of those interesting scenarios where we're going to get any action. People are in cars. We'll give that. People are in cars. Wheels are going on. But when are they going to go out? I believe. What's the wind? I don't have the. We don't have the. I don't have wind. Oh, there we go. One car has just gone out. So Kevin Magnuson is the first one out on track. Oh, there we go. We got our bar. So we got 9.4 kilometers from the west. Oh, that's strong. So Haas's are out on track. Again, you are reading the track temperature is 16.2 degrees, air temperature 10.9, humidity 9.1. It is not raining right now, but it will rain again soon. Probably within the next 8 minutes now. Why is Sonoda a team right now? I don't know what you mean. He's on a team with Ricardo. Yeah, everyone's on integers. The track is wet, so do not expect anything but integers. Intermediates at this moment. So looking, if you guys have any questions, drop them in chat. We are friendly to new users. We want to help you learn what is going on with F1, what is going on. Buzz out, Ricardo's out, Albin out. Excuse me. So it's Megan Holborn, Sargent, Sonoda, Albin, Ricardo, Bottas, Alonso out on track so far. Who did the rain dance? You are banned. All right, you might as well just blame me because it's raining. The likelihood of a red flag is because someone spun out is higher. So you just might as well just blame me. Again, F3. Those who have heard F3 sprint race, which was supposed to take place before this session, was postponed for later today. So basically, they postponed it to after quali. Track is still wet right now. Of course, I want red flags. Why would I not want? Why would I not want red flags at this point? I've gotten used to them, and you all blame me for them as it is, so I might as well just take it all. Santi says, I'm not the only one who'd want Bottas to move back to Mercedes or Williams. Well, he's not going to go back to Mercedes. That door is not, he's not returning to the team in that regards. But to Williams, though, that is an interesting possibility. I've heard that Bottas may return back with James Wall, which he knows, and would potentially most likely be his last contract in F1, maybe. Would be with Williams if he made that move. So, what time is quali? Quali is going to be in about 3.5 hours from now. So after the session, quali will be about 2.5 hours. Rebel Rangers. There's so much news about Ricardo. So there's a lot of noise about Ricardo. It's not news. It's noise. Like you've got Helmut Marko saying, "Ooh, Was that who was out on track? Is that Verstappen and Perez? That was Max losing grip on track. Yeah, that's oh, there we go. He did spin. Oh, Max is having fun on track today. Yeah, it's really more noise than information with Ricardo. Ooh, he did a full wow, he did a full 360. So Sainz was almost gonna go to Williams, is what it looked like. And then Alpine made a play for him. And part of that play is that Alpine might drop Renault engines, which is their parent family engines for a Mercedes engine. So again, everyone's on pretty much on intermediates. Why is saying Magnussen falling apart? I haven't seen anything with him on screen. And again, I'm not really too focused too much on times. I mean, like Alonso's at the top of the board with the 148. We were in the 120s six yesterday. So yeah. So these are not these are the only thing these are maybe representative of is if there is rain during qualification or the rain or the race itself. Wayne Hughes, the most rumors I've heard is that Daniel Ricciardo is DR3 will replace Checo after summer. No, they're not going to. We have a yellow flag. Did what happened, Jose? You apparently saw. It's not raining right now. It had rained during the F3 session, and it rained overnight. So Sonoda and Ocon off track. It's a red flag. So here we go. Um, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. We got a red flag. Yeah, Ricardo just said the track is wetter than expected. So let's take a look at what happened. So we've got Gasly. He's stuck. So Gasly is beached in the pulled a Yuki like yesterday. So he's beached in the sand. Who else? This three said three drivers. Who else? So that there, one driver's in the gravel. He is getting out of his. So Gasly's getting out of his car. So he is done for this session. Not that anything has gone wrong. Did anyone else do anything? They are doing so. There's again, like I said, a rain alert in 4 minutes, so it's a little bit longer than I expected. So Gasly is coming around, passes pit lane. There he goes. He takes a turn, goes to turn, he loses control of the car, and he just spins out. I think was that one of the. I think it was Daniel Ricciardo or either one of the racing bulls looked like was right behind him. So right now we're waiting for them to pull Gasly's car off the track. Not that is there any damage to his car? Ooh. Well, the Ferrari's having controls with Rip as well. So again, we're dealing with an issue. It's probably Charles Leclerc. They're bringing him into the garage. So the issue that we are dealing with right now is not only it's rained. It rained really hard. F3 is being delayed. Sprint was delayed to later this afternoon because it rained so hard. Um, so all of the rubber that went down yesterday is all washed away. It's also cold. Like we're dealing with air temperature of 11 degrees, track temperature of 60 degrees. So they're not dealing. So there's even less grip than you expect. Sonota fastest right now. Right, yeah, right now, top of the board, Sonota is with a 147.080. Leclerc is second, Alonso third, and Verstappen's fourth. Stop the count here, apparently. We've got six, 7 drivers who have not set time. So that's Hogman, Albon, Gasly, Perez, Russell, Norris, and Hamilton. No one crashed. It is that Gasly lost control of the car. Ooh, Daniel being squirrely as he comes into the pits. One of the that was odd to see him. He's moving back and forth trying to put heat into the tires. Might switch to wets if it rains, like they say, in the next 10 minutes or so. Cars are damaged. So why can't Gasly rejoin when the car is extracted? It's basically because they use the crane to get the car off the track, and they don't move that car until after the session's over, basically. So track is clear now. So it's about a minute or so before they'll go back to green flag. Whether or not anyone will go out, that's another question. And Pierre Gasly has walked back to the garage. Still has his helmet on, but he has taken off his. So Ricardo incident, pit lane infringement noted. So there, yeah. So something it is. Ricardo came back in the pits pretty squirrely, and the stewards have noted that. Wait a minute, what does yellow bar mean? So we're looking at the timing chart. There's obviously the driver, the gap, the DRS, and they've got the sector times. And so let's go over colors pretty quickly. Like there's 3 colors you see right now. Purple means the fastest in that sector. Green is the fastest in that sector, and then yellow means the driver has improved, but not the fastest of everyone. Yellow means is that the driver has set a faster time previously. When you look at the bars, this is now the subsectors. So if you look at Gasly's chart, at the very end, he's got a red bar. That means that's where he stopped. When you look at Sonota in Sector 1, his Sector 1, you've got basically a slew of purple bars and then a yellow and more purple bars. That's basically where Sonota improved, was the fastest on track, and one of the Mercedes is back on track right now. If you look across, so Sonota was the fastest in all but one subsector where he didn't where someone else is faster. In sector 2, you see a couple green bars in yellow. That basically means that he was improving on his time, and then those sectors he wasn't, and that's basically you can see where the red flag came out essentially. So when drivers slow down, they will always be in a yellow. Like after a fast lap, there's a cool down lap. That lap will always be a yellow bar across the board. So you can see Oscar coming out. So those blue bars indicate that where the car has been coming in and out of the pits. So basically, you can see Oscar came out of the pits and is on track. Is now in his warm, basically his out lap, and that will typically be a yellow bar. We have Ricardo coming out on track. We've got 40. If we out live, were we live? No, I'm not live. There we go. We got 45 minutes and a half to go in this session. Again, you're listening to the Races YouTube channel, and this is Crash Review with live coverage FP1. We've already had my red flag for this session. Will we see two? So they're gonna, after the session, bring Ricardo into the steward's office for that pit lane infringement. You're gonna ask him what the heck he was doing coming in the pit lane. and they are out, and there is definitely a spray behind these cars. It is raining now. We have indication on screen that there is rain. Wind is also picked up 16.6 kilometers from the southwest, southwest. Track temperature has dropped a little bit more. It's 15.8 degrees. Was at above 16 degrees earlier. Air temperature is holding around 11 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cold. So the track is cold. It is rain. They have lost the grip. This is going to make an interesting session for what we've got. We've already had one flood. We've already had Gasly beach his car into the gravel. Any chance of rain in the race? Absolutely. 54 F1? Yeah. There's definitely going to be a huge chance for rain during the race tomorrow. Is it raining? It is raining now. The rain has come back to Silverstone. So we had a moment where there was a break in the rain, and is now back. Could snow. It's the UK. No, it's not going to snow. You guys. It is summer. You're not that far north where it will rain. You're not. You don't have mountains where it might snow. Let's see who's out on course right now. Like almost everyone's out on course. So who's not on course? So it's Alonso's coming out. Sainz is in the pits. Zhou's in the pits. Hulkenberg's coming out, and Gasly is obviously in the pits. I don't know if his car has been returned yet. Hamilton going P1 with a 144.709. Again, it's a 144. We were seeing 120s. Norris did just with 143.6, so second and then a tenth faster already. Tsunoda jumping to the top of the board. I know I'm jumping ahead of what you guys are seeing with the timing chart. Stroll just jumped to 7th on the timing chart. Ricardo jumped to 5th. Again, we haven't seen a lot of, again, from 15th down, we have not, and we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. What's going on? It's gone to free flag. So they came off the course and came back on. We'll get a replay of that in a moment. Yeah, Snow is on the top with 143.287. Perez just jumped to 5th. Is Max pushing? I don't think so. I mean, it's intermediates. Clerk just jumped to P1 with 142.451. Okay, right now, they're saying the moment. A lot of who is near who at the moment being just relayed back and forth to the cars at the moment. And which car is this? So Bottas is the one who spun off the track. Just has spun all soon. He says he's got no grip. So we've got about 40 minutes left to go in this session right now. You are listening to Racing YouTube channel. Again, this is Grashi Riza. I am your commentator for this session. I want to thank everyone who's here. 2,728 so far. We've got 329 likes. On our way to 400. Want to thank our sponsor, Jack Candy. They are the freeze-dried candy. They are out of Washington State, and they ship in the United States, and I think maybe the parts of Canada as well, most likely, but definitely to all of the United States. If it's raining, I can't tell where it is at the moment. Jose is reporting that we're getting a dry racing line little by little as the session goes on. Right now with Clark, he's just set a fastest first sector. Verstappen also cooking right now, though. He is a few tenths off of Leclerc's first sector one. Russell just jumped to P2 with a 141.087. Sainz jumped to P8. Keep an eye with Verstappen and Leclerc right now on the board. The other one to keep an eye on is Perez. Perez will be the first one to finish his lap. Ricardo about to finish a lap. And no change in his lap position. He has a 143. He did 835. Ocon jumping up to 10th. So here comes Perez about to finish his lap. He's going to jump up to 5th with a 141.711. Perez is next, and he is going to, Verstappen just jumped to the top of the board with a 141.319. He had first sector that has been taken away by him by Hamilton. Sector 3 is in his control. Leclerc is staying and ends up only stays at P2. Hamilton is third sector. Norris cooking right now. Hulkenberg cooking right now. I think Oscar got some speed in sector 3. He's probably about to go onto a flying lap. Hamilton about to finish this. He's improved in most of his sectors. He's got some subsectors. So far, sector 1, sector 2, fastest time. See if he goes. He goes P1 with a purple lap. So sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, all purple. He did 139.546. Norris about to finish his lap. Sainz just went third, improved across the entire lap in his times. So Sainz goes third with 143.28. Norris goes fourth with 143.642. Magnussen just jumped to 12. Improved on most of his lap except for one sector. Let's see, Oscar on a flying lap and Hulkenberg on a flying lap. Hulkenberg about finished sector 2. Oscar just started sector 2. Trying to look down the board. Hulkenberg, Russell just started a flying lap. Norris took has the fastest third sector when he did his lap. Albon and Baggio look like they're improving on their times. So here comes Hulkenberg. He's about to finish his lap. And he goes to P5. We've got Oscar definitely cooking here. And we've got Russell with the fastest first sector. He's about to come. He's probably going to have fastest third sector overall. Hold on. We'll see. He doesn't get it. Norris keeps it. He loses some time at the end. Improves, but didn't get the fastest sector at the end. He goes P2 with a 139.929. So we got Russell on a flying lap right now. Leclerc setting up for something. Verstappen setting up on a flying lap. Verstappen has fastest first sector now. See how Russell finishes. He's about to finish his lap. And Russell's going to go to P2 with a 139.753. So Leclerc finishes for his first sector, taking fastest first sector from Verstappen. Verstappen's going to have the second sector fastest. So Max on sector 3. Leclerc finishing sector 2 right now. And so now we're looking at Reds jumping to P2 with 139.626. Clerk about to finish his lap. Verstappen going P1, 138.8212. We'll see where Leclerc, he's got very good times. He's got the fastest first sector. Max has fastest second and third sector right now. Leclerc, Max keeps the second and third, though Hamilton just took second sector from him. Leclerc just went P1, 138.690. Looking at what you guys are saying in chat. Peter, is that look at the P20 Gasly sector indication red mini bar? Yeah, that's what that red means, is that he stopped on track. And it's possible to go across multiple sectors. And we got to replay one of the McLarens going off track. So right now we got Hamilton P1, we got Leclerc P2, Verstappen P3, Sainz P4, Perez P5, Russell P6, Oscar 7th, Norris 8th, Hulkenberg 9th, and Alonso 10th. Snoga just jumped up to 16th. Got any questions right now at me in chat? And I will take them up. Wind is down to 6.5 kilometers per hour. It's from south southwest. So the direction hasn't changed, just the intensity. We are getting indication that it's still raining, but it doesn't. Could not tell you where it would be raining on the track at the moment. But the track is wet. And then all the cars are on intermediates at the moment. Verstappen pitting right now, which to make sense, he's done 8 laps intermediates. We'll go out again on a new program in a moment after I do some adjustments. We've got 32 minutes left in this session right now. Again, you're listening to the Race YouTube channel. This is Grash with you live as we cover the coverage for FP3 in a rainy FP3 session. It rained dramatically overnight with thunderstorms. It rained during the F3 session, so that they actually postponed the FP sprint race to after quali, take place an hour after quali, so 6 p.m. local time. Track is also very cold. It's 11, air temperature 11.2. It's up like 0.2 degrees. It's been hovering around 11 degrees. Track itself is 16.1 degrees, so it's been hovering around 16 degrees with the track temperature. Oh, Science with squirrely. Clerk just went to P1. One. See it. There you go. 138.454. This track is much slower. Yeah, the track does not have the grip that it did yesterday because it's been all washed off. It's also cold. And we know Hamilton and Verstappen have been typically good in the rain as well. There's I wouldn't say absolutely no grip, but a lot of people have been trying to save their cars. We've had uh again Gasly, or in the first 10 minutes, lost control of his car, went into the kitty litter and got beached. And I would like to reiterate, we're not your support to watch F1 on channels in ways that are illegal or should not have access to. Um, yeah, we're watch along. Moving on, again, we've got more people coming in the pits. Again, this is again to be expected. To again come in, do a setup change. No, Gasly did not have a bad accident. Gasly just spun and just went into. He did not hit walls. His car's fine. Let's be honest. The Gasly's car is fine. He just got it beached in the litter. They fished it out. He will be back for quality. They'll check the bottom of the floor and anything else, but this is like very little damage, if not any. Rain could get worse. Yes, rain could always get much worse. It is predicted now through the end of the session with rain. Hausenberg's pace on inners. Well, Hamilton's first and Russell's ninth. And Russell just did a flying first sector, improving in second sector time. So Russell on a flying lap right now. Stroll on a flying lap. Hamilton starting a new flying lap. So Russell will get a flying third sector and go up to P1. So who asked how Mercs are doing? They're 1 and 2 right now. And he improved by half a second. And I know this is on my F1 stream is faster than. See if. Oh, it's not live either. There we go. Synchronize my streams. Hamilton with a purple second sector. He's on a flying lap right now. So Hamilton's last best lap was 138.065. He's about to come across the line. Hamilton middle of sector 3 right now. And Hamlin is he's does a 137.564, which is better than his previous lap, but not better than Russell's time of a 1.529. Difference of 0.035 between the two. So again, Hamilton did improve in his time, just not better than Russell's best time so far. Again, now Mercedes is 1-2, Leclerc is third, Norris is fourth, Verstappen fifth. Leclerc right now is in pit, so is Perez, Hulkenberg, Alonso, Ocon, Magnussen, and again, Gasly is out of the session after beaching into kitty litter. Matthias asks, saying, I would also love to see Lewis win. It's not that we would like to see Lewis win. It's just more, is the Mercedes good enough for him to win? Oscar starting a flying lap, though he's inconsistent in that first sector. He did a 31.8, like Norris did a 31. He's on a flying lap. He did a better one, a 31.5. Sainz did a better when he the previous was a 31.4. So not the best start out of Oscar's first sector. 39.7 in sector 2. We'll see where Norris comes in. And Norris does a 39.4. So Oscar's only going to move up to 7th with that final lap. A lot of time to be found in that particular lap. Norris, a little bit, again, inconsistent. So several subsectors where he has not improved, some where he has improved, and some he's the fastest. His fastest previous was 130.505. He's now finishing. He goes up to third. That lap was 137.8, 112. I want to thank everyone who's right now. There's over 3,190 watching right now. We got 425 likes so far. We're on our way to 500. Again, you're listening to the Racing Systems YouTube channel, and we've got 25 minutes to go. Well, 24 minutes to go in this session. Again, this is Grass with you right now. Want to thank our sponsor, Jack Candy. This is a freeze-dried candy company out of Washington State. It's shipped across the USA. They've got so I've looked at their website. It's actually pretty interesting at the selection of what they freeze dried. So this is one of the new things in candy. I saw this locally. There's a couple companies locally at the who showed up to a come to the square and sell off your weird stuff. There's a local candy in where I live that's doing freeze dries candy as well. So this is kind of the new thing that's going on right now with candy at the moment. No, you can eat it directly from the box. Yeah, there's no have to heat or no. It's just been freeze dried. So now you can just eat it as it is. If I just saying coming from someone who lives in the UK, weather has been bad all week, but was so nice last week. Sargent just about to finish his lap. He goes P10. He's got two sectors that were purple, which meaning he's fastest on track in those two sectors. He does a 139.702. Someone was saying what does blue subsectors mean? It means the car has gone into the pits. So if you look at Perez, who's in the pits, the last three sectors are blue. That's the pit lane area on the track. Albin is a purple subsector, though he'd been inconsistent through the rest of the lap. He hasn't improved at all in that, except for the last two sectors. He's only going to move up to 11th. It's more of a selling point. Like so, the freeze drive process they're using. It's not a new process. It's been around. Oh, like from the 70s and 80s. Like for example, there is space ice cream and space ice cream sandwiches that you can still buy today. And basically they're using the free drive process that they've used for food that go up with astronauts in outer space, essentially. So it's not that the process is anything new. Again, I've been eating freeze dried peaches and other fruits from that are space astronauts uh themed branded stuff since I was a little kid, through the 70s and 80s, into the 90s I should say. It's just now there's a new wave of free dries candy that's du jour at the moment across the United States. um that is gonna apologies for everyone who saw that message in chat. That is disgusting. Where in Washington State is this candy? I don't know. I just know that they're out of Washington State, Steven. I went to their website. That's where they're shipping from. It's just more. They're freeze drying things that normally would not be need to be freeze dried, and it's more for the novelty aspect of it. Got a review on Ricardo right now. We got 492 likes. We're almost to 500. Wind has picked up a little bit. 8.3 kilometers per hour from the from the southwest, I should say, just southwest. We just hit 500 likes. Thank you, everyone. That does help us with the YouTube algorithm. FHS says he was the 500th like. Congratulations. William Montgomery saying that Max is washed. Well, everyone's washed in the rain, my friend. I mean, these times are horrible from what we saw yesterday. William Montgomery still going on. That Red Book is cooked, washed. Definitely a good to know that you're saying that about FP3, not during quali or the race itself. Yeah, we have a wet track right now. It's still raining. But I can't tell you where on the track it's raining at the moment. The F1 broadcast hasn't been showing that very well. They are still shooting up sprays of rain behind the car at places. It's like they've got a drone camera across the pit lane. It's picking up some specks of rain. So far, we are about 17 minutes left to go in this session right now. You are listening to the Racing YouTube channel. This is Grash again with you. Basically, the news so far, it's been raining. Everyone's on intermediate tires. Um, Mercedes has gone 1-2. Norris is third. Sainz is fourth. Verstappen is fifth. Leclerc is sixth. And Gasly seventh. Perez is eighth. We had one red flag in the first 10 minutes when Gasly put his car into the kitty litter and it could not get out. Who's looking at chat at the moment? We've got someone being a troll and they're pushing their luck as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, the only other thing that's happened so far is that when the red flag came out, Ricardo came to the pits in a very weird, squirrely way, and he is going to be investigated after the session. That could be definitely a fine. It will get a warning. Well, no, it's probably a warning. Definitely a warning. most likely a fine. Would be a Could it be any more? I don't think so, but it's you never know with the never know with with the stewards how they're going to rule. You got people rooting for Great Britain today. Did you like Austria 2024, bro? Austria was awesome because it had action. Tori Mehay is asking why is the red flag? Again, Gasly got beached in the gravel and could not get out and then his session. Very much. Oh, you know what? That pushed even further than I expected. Yeah, we don't condone any homophobia. That is not acceptable on this channel. You want to be a racist, you will be tossed. You want to be a homophobe, you will be tossed. We have standards here. Moving on, who are the three Brits in the podium? Basically, they're saying three Brits in the podium. Basically, they're referring to the three British drivers, which is Lando, which is Hamilton, and George will be the three drivers. So any combination of those three on the podium is what they're talking about. But usually it's a 1-2 Mercedes with Lando being third, which is hilarious because Lando is actually better than that. We've got Esconocon having is he sliding? What is going on? Doing a replay of Escoban's. I think he just went a little bit wide. That's why they're doing a replay. So right now, everyone's in the pits right now. That's to be expected at this point in the session. That's normal. They will come out at some point. What does blue sector mean in sector turns? Basically, you'll see them only in beginning of sector one or at the end of sector three, and that's basically when cars come in or out of the pits. So that's basically car exit the pits in sector one, and in sector three means they entered the pits. You've got Russell out on track, Hamilton out on track, Leclerc, Oscar's coming back on track, Stroll's coming out on track, Pot's still on track, and then Ocon, Ricardo, Zoe are still on track, and then Gasly's out of session after beaching his car, causing a red flag. Hooray, red flag, everyone. Again, this is Grasher Harbinger red flags, giving you action of FP3. Track is super, super wet. Doesn't look like it's raining much, but the track is still consistently wet. And as I say that, the pit view camera on F1 TV is full of water droplets. The only action of note so far, when the red flag came out, when Ricardo came back in the pits, he did something he was very squirrely and moving back and forth with his car. Like you would see like someone trying to put heat into their tires. And he did that coming into the pit in the pit lane area. So he's definitely going to be talking with the stewards at the end of the session. But so far after that, it's been pretty much a wet session. Hamilton coming out on track. Okay, he's with more intermediates. Daniel should get a penalty. He might. He could get a penalty. Um, I don't. It's one of those. He could get a penalty. He could. I think most likely he will be. He will get a. At the least, he will definitely get some sort of reprimand, and being the riot act given by the by. But I think the most likely after that, I think most likely is going to be a fine to the team. I'm in that last 25%. They might go with a penalty, but I'm not sure they will. It's one of those they might not. Gosh, just doing another rain dance will get it done. Take a look at what the forecast looks like. So again, they're looking for a break in the rain in about 12 minutes from AccuWeather. Gasly did not set a time in the session, but he has set times yesterday. So ultimately, if something were to happen in quali, he would have a representative time from FP1 or FP2 for them to allow him to at least enter in the race from a pit lane entrance. So there's just did a shot of Albin's car. What's interesting is they're running the Union Jack, but the Union Jack is made out of names on the car. And I think this is all team members who, from the factory and whatnot, are on the car, the Williams car for this session. Question in chat: what is Strat Mode 6? I'm not sure what it's setting on the car, but like what that means, we have no clue because we don't know exactly what that means. Why is Norris not pitting out? Um, if he's not pitting out now, it means they don't have a program for him to run. So he will come out. If he comes out, it will be for to get out to be a pit lane start at the end of the session. Yeah, 6 minutes to go in this session right now. Again, you're listening to Racing Statistics YouTube channel. Grash here with you with live action. Following on with science right now. At this point, I don't see anyone on the board improving on their times or trying to improve on their times. And that's expected at the end of the session. And then the other thing is that we're seeing like 23, 17, 19, almost closer to 30 laps and a few people, close. Most of them are close around 20 laps already on these medium, sorry, not the medium, the intermediate tires. So they're using these tires up. Science got out on track, following them along. Not a great lap. Went wide on one of the apexes just before the last turn. Mm. Not a good showing from Science. Having squirrely at the end. having to adjust the car. That loses a lot of speed. Doing a slide for about a few meters before regaining control of the car. So again, this track is wet. It has been raining nonstop, but not a strong rain. And there's a noticeable spray in a lot of places on these cars. MDAWG2K18, when they say strategy modes, refers to an engine mapping and differential of gears. Some modes save more on fuel and some for acceleration out of corner. Thank you for saying that. We just don't know what that strategy or strat mode means for that particular car because we wouldn't just don't know that information. Again, a lot of information like, hey, do this with the car, set this setting is gibberish for most of us because we don't know what that means underneath the hood. The driver knows what it means, like and the engineer both know what that we're talking about. But we don't know that what's underneath the hood, what's going on, what that really means. This goes back to the planned A, B, C, D, F, G that Ferrari likes to do. Well, exactly. What did Ricardo do? So so we had a red flag session because Gasly beached their car in this kitty litter. When the red flag came out, all the cars came into the pits, and when Ricardo came into the pits, he was very squirrely. A lot of like shaking the car, moving the car back and forth, like you would do to put a temperature into your tires. And he did that coming into the pit lane. And so the stewards are going to bring him in after the session to talk to him. Will he get a fine? Most likely, he will definitely get a reprimand. There's a condition that could get a. There's a potential, very small potential that he could get a penalty, and that would be a prison. I doubt that's the case, but you never know with the stewards. Shot of James Walls right now, the leader of Williams. Definitely improve that team. He has a lot of work ahead of him because that team was not in a place to be competitive when he came in. Literally, there were systems not in place that should have been in place that he had to bring in. We are at the 2-minute warning mark at this point. Again, we're talking about Ricardo having potentially maybe getting a penalty. It could be a fine or reprimand at least for how he came into the pits during the red flag session. Alonso putting together a lap at the moment. The last minute, he might improve on his times. He's just improved in sector 3. Stroll trying to improve, but not consistent. I think Stroll will finish his lap first, and then Alonso will finish his lap. Just looking at the boards, it's the first sight of green on the board in a while. So here comes Stroll. Stroll will move up to 12. Alonso is in his last 2 sectors right now, and he moves up to 8th. So Alonso did a 138.940, and no, I can't. Yep, 138.940, and Stroll did a 129. I'm sorry, 139. My apologies. Stroll did a 138.940. Stroll did a 139.700. Excuse me there. Looking at the board right now, no one else is putting up any green. Clerk came around. He did one subsector green. Oscar did a subsector green, but not anything else. His rest of the lap is yellow. Ricardo trying to put together something. He's not consistent though. Few sectors improving, but several. He's about 50-50 between improving and not improving. He will probably push up in time. Two sectors left to go. And Ricardo is going to finish his lap. And he does a 140.823. Better than his previous lap, but not better than Magnuson. So he stays in 18th. Take a look at the end of Alonso's next lap. He's got one subsector purple and then 50-50 between improvement and not. He only does 140.118, which is still not better than his 138. Leclerc has a few sectors, but not really improving on his time. Check flag, and that would be this session. When it's quality, it's going to be in about 2.5 hours. So about 90 minutes from now, we will go live again with music. I want to thank the over 3,000 of you who came and watched, the 655 likes, the 127,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 128 right now. Thank Jack Candy, the freeze-dried candy company out of Washington State. They are shipping out of to the United States, definitely, maybe to Canada. I'll have to check with them. They are our sponsor for this stream. I want to thank all of you who have been here in chat, who've been chatting with me, who asked questions. I want to thank all of the family. These are the Green Chatters who have joined the channel. Um, when this ends, you'll be brought to the quali stream. Again, we'll be going live in about 90 minutes after this, so an hour before the session, and then Ryan should be back about 10 minutes, 15 to 10 minutes before the session starts. Ryan should be back for the Silverstone qualification session. You will well, the next time you see me will maybe in 2 weeks. It could be. There's a reason in real life that I may not be here for the next race weekend in 2 weeks. If you don't see me, then I'll be back after that race is the last race before the summer break. So if you don't see me, then I'll be back after the summer break. RS saying crash. I forbid you to do the rain dance for quali. Dude, I'm already done the rain dance. I've got rain coming in my way later this week, so tough. Paula, I support what I said to you. I don't do the rain dance. I just do the red flag dance. And if that brings the rain, it brings the rain. Anyways, again, here is Grash, the harbinger of your red flags. I will see you all soon. If you haven't joined the Discord channel, come there and drive me up the wall like everyone else does. For race statistics, I want to say have a good morning, everyone. A good afternoon, a good night where you are, and we'll see you for quali in a little bit. Take care, everyone.